Hi, everybody. Before we get to another great interview, we could really use your help. IMDb, which is the entertainment database, recently named the Two Opinionated podcast one of its top 100 podcasts. This is a monumental feat for this program. You know, we're a father and son team out of a small town in West Virginia, have been doing this for about 5 years. There's 15 million podcasts out there. About 40,000 of those get to the point that they're listed on IMDb. Out of those 40,000 out of the 15 million, we were ranked number 82. Something that we're just immensely proud of. We're so thankful for our listeners, our watchers, our fans. Thank you so, so much. If you would like to help us out, and we're asking for it, please. It's easy. It's really easy. It's free. If you go to IMDb, that's imdb.com, look up Two Opinionated Podcast, and just take a look at the page. That's all you have to do. I mean, you're welcome to look at the cast, look at the episodes so you can kind of see who's been on the program. Do whatever you want. But even just bringing up the page, imdb.com, Two Opinionated Podcast, bring up the page, look at it. That helps us so much. So please, if you can do anything, we would really appreciate that. Our YouTube channel is MeisterCon Pod. Love to have your subscription there. It's also free. And you can also check out our website, meistercon.com, where you'll find almost 700 episodes, audio and video, available on there. There's also a terrific blog from Brett, and it'll let you know anything that we have going on in studio, if we're covering a convention, if we're going on location, anything that we have going on will be on the website, meistercon.com. Thank you guys so, so much. We appreciate you so much. I can't express enough how appreciative we are of all of you. We never expected to do as well as we have, and that's all because of you. Thank you so much. Enjoy that interview. Bye, everybody. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Two Opinionated. I'm so excited today. I've got actress, model, competitive cheerleader, Noa DiBerto. So welcome.
Hello.
Noa.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
You know, this is why I love the fact that you're a cheerleader. My granddaughter started soccer this Saturday, so she started soccer. But the whole time, she's just 4. But the whole time she's on the soccer field, she was doing cheers the entire time. So I'm talking to her mother. I'm like, maybe you might want to get her into cheerleading.
For sure. That's actually funny. I started soccer when I was 4. Love soccer.
Yeah, I think that soccer's the one you can do the earliest, I think, because it's just running around. Maybe they kick the ball occasionally, but it's just running.
It's so fun. It's so fun. And it teaches you teamwork, which is a valuable skill.
It would also teaches you patience and, you know, how to occupy your time while you're waiting for your turn. At that age, at 4 years old, they struggle with that a little bit.
A little bit.
Wow. When did you start cheerleading? Was it around that age?
Yeah, well, actually, no, I was a gymnast my entire life. So ever since I was 18 months old, love gymnastics so much. And then I got to university and they don't have many gymnastics, like schools don't really have gymnastics teams except in the US. So when they had cheerleading here, and it's a very high level co-ed cheerleading team, that way I could incorporate my favorite element, which is floor exercise and gymnastics, into cheer as well. So it's kind of the closest thing to gymnastics. So that's why
I mean, cheerleading, it's just went more and more towards gymnastics, I think. You know, the athletes that are cheering now, it's not just doing a cheer. You got to know how to tumble and do the pyramids, and it's a little more precarious than what it used to be when you were just standing and cheering.
Exactly. It's changed a lot. But yeah, so I've been doing it for about 2 years now, a little bit over 2 years here.
That's pretty great. And you're on a team that's competitive, right? That wins championships. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really great. I love it.
Are you in the base of the pyramid, or are you one of the flyers?
Yeah, so there's definitely a lot of different components of cheerleading. I'm on a co-ed team,
Mhm.
so I know there's all-girl teams that it's a bit different, but same kind of concept. There's bases who, yes, they hold up with the co-ed. That's normally the men. However, I have been a base even this year in our like our national routine. I was a base, which is actually it's really awesome. You can show off your gains and you're very strong.
Well, it helps
And then
with your
also
balance too.
yeah, for sure. And then there's a mid. We call it a mid, which is the people who you get thrown up from the bases and then you're in the middle. And then there's the flyers. So more around game season, I'm a flyer. And then in comp season, I'm more of a mid. But it really depends. And then there's also the tumbling aspect, which I'm very much strong in tumbling as well. So I kind of juggle all the different little roles, but it's a good compromise to do a lot of everything.
Well, it's probably fun too.
Very,
Yeah.
it's really fun. I love it.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. It's like when I was growing up, we didn't really have, gymnastics, cheerleading. We had them, but you didn't have like a competition team for cheerleading. We didn't have gymnastics. Back then we didn't even have soccer, and now you've got all these things that kids can choose to go into, but it's so competitive.
Yeah, it
Are
is
they
very
gonna are they gonna play basketball, or are they gonna the softball? Are they gonna go into cheer? Are they going to gymnastics? They swimming? It's very competitive compared to what it was, 20, 30 years ago.
and I think that's why it's good if as a kid you're thrown into a bunch of different things and you see what really resonates with you, right? So which one you're better at, which one you enjoy. I think that's good.
That's why you never say no when kid comes to you and says, "I'd like to try this." Okay,
Okay.
go ahead.
Maybe they'll excel, you know?
Let's see how it goes. That's why you have so many miserable parents stuck on some field somewhere watching their kid that you as a parent, this is
Uh,
it, but they
right.
haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah. All in good time, you know?
So when did acting come into it? When did you decide, okay, I'm pretty good with the cheering stuff, but I'd like to try acting?
Yeah, so kind of a little backstory is I have been in a I'm so grateful to be in a very supportive family. And whenever they would start recording a video, a home video, I would always want to be the star of the video, be like, wait, I have something to say. I have something to say. And I was never shy of the camera.
Yeah.
And then my mom actually was an actor in her 20s and had a lot of awesome stories. She was a little she had a part role in something with Adam Sandler,
Oh,
like all
nice.
Adam Sandler, all that. And that really was so cool to me. And then, of course, I grew up watching Family Channel and Disney Channel. It's like, oh, I want to do that. And then it started also within elementary school where I was always in drama club. So loved it. And then in high school, of course, you get to choose music, arts, or drama. And I chose drama. So that was really awesome. And that was in the time in grade 8, I began getting experience, especially to put on my acting resume. So I did a bunch of different classes in the summers. So how to do a slate, how to get into different characters. So I kind of grew that experience after grade 8, like in grade 8 after it. I also went into theater, which is a lot different than TV acting, but I thought it'd be cool to get both experience.
Yeah.
And it was awesome because in theater, I actually got to play the villain and the good guy. So that was cool to do those changes live and very quick. And so I did theater. I did a lot of classes. Then I thought, okay, I have a lot of experience. I'm going to apply for agents. So I met with a couple of them. This was, of course, way before COVID. So it was in person, it was in Toronto. And then after that, I signed with Carrier Talent Management, and that's been really good for me so far. So I've always loved the camera. I also did fitness modeling when I was younger, and that also kind of drove me to do acting because I loved portraying different facial expressions and different models of what like experiences on a camera, right? So I know modeling's a little different than acting in terms of it's like a one click and it's a picture, but that really helped me with going into acting. All in all, I always really loved it, even building my resume, like building the experience. Every step of the way was really fun. And it's honestly any better than I even imagined it. And I knew it was going to be incredible. So I'm really happy. That's how I got into it.
You're so positive with it. And you can
Thank
tell
you.
you love what you're doing, which is
Yeah.
pretty infectious.
And even in grade 12, that's of course, your last year of high school, you have a bit more seniority. So in drama club, not only did I pick drama, but I was in drama club all throughout. And it was cool because I wasn't just an actor. I got to incorporate some flips in there. I got to write a little bit of it and direct it, which same with the other grade 12s, but it was cool because I got different dynamics of acting behind the camera. And in university too, I took some classes of behind the camera type things to learn even more. So I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty great. And you're right. Theater is definitely different than TV or movie. For one thing, you got to project, so
Oh, yes.
much quieter than
You do have to project. Luckily,
yeah.
I'm loud, very Italian. So
Well, that's a little bit of the cheering too.
there you go.
You got to
Exactly.
project.
Yeah.
So what was your first non-theater role that you got to do?
Yes. So I did, of course, get an agent, and then I got a bunch of different auditions.
Mhm.
And I got this audition for a movie, Olympians at Heart.
Yeah.
And it was so awesome because it actually was a gymnastics movie, and gymnastics I've done since I was 18 months
I know
old.
that's
So
kind of like an easy landing for your first acting
yeah,
role.
it was great. So this was now in and around COVID, and I auditioned for Ella Hopper, which is actually the lead role. And then I was on my way to gymnastics practice, and we get a call, and I got the call back. I was ecstatic. I was so happy. And it was awesome because in the callback, this was in COVID. So we kind of had to pick a location, and we picked my gym club. So it felt very like home. And it was not only you had to do scenes in the callback, but also a physical audition. So
Yeah.
I was doing flips and everything. And this is when it was shut down. So that was also really fun to be able to do activity again. And then I landed the role, and it was so amazing. And it was great because with COVID, you couldn't compete.
Right.
So I got to be on set doing my actual routines, and it was like a competition because of course you have to be like quiet on set when you're recording. And so it was kind of like the competition atmosphere where everyone's quiet, you have to be focused. And I did all my own stunts, of course. So you really
Well, you
did
were
have to.
probably very comfortable in that environment.
For
Yeah.
sure. No, I definitely was. And it was so fun as well to be around all these other actors who weren't even just gymnasts, they were dancers, and we got to incorporate that into a gymnastics movie as well. So that was my first role. And I'm so grateful because I got to be the lead as Ella Hopper in my first role. And not to mention, it was so
It
close
doesn't
to home.
usually work that way.
Exactly. And that's why I was so grateful for it. And we had a little premiere near my hometown. It was so
Oh,
awesome.
you got to do a little red carpet?
Yeah, we had a little, it was at Cineplex. So there's still a little bit in COVID, but it was totally like things had been lifted, and it was so fun. I got to meet the mayor. So it was really awesome. Honestly, it was
Was
good.
it was it neat seeing yourself up on a big screen?
It was amazing because acting, yes, I am at university and I'm on the cheer team and this and that, but acting is my priority and it is what I want to do.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like work to me. It was incredible to see because I love going to movies. Like going to movies, the theaters is one of my favorite
Yeah,
things.
me too.
Just seeing all that hard work, not only I did, but like the crew, the cast, the co-stars, everything that went into Olympians at Heart was just actually on a big screen. And it was so cool. I loved it.
Yeah, that's pretty great for your first acting experience. That's that's about as easy a landing as you're going to get. Although, as the lead, that's not an easy role.
Yeah, I mean, of course, like you have to wake up super early. You've got a bunch of things to do. But that thing is as I mentioned, it doesn't feel like work to me. I would do it for free. I just love it. Like, so it was great. It was amazing.
Yeah, that's great.
So,
That's great. So the new one that hadn't come out yet is called Backspot.
yes.
But tell me about that one. What's that movie about? What's your role in it?
Yeah, so Backspot is coming out at the end of May in theaters, and I'm so excited for everybody to see it. Backspot is so incredible. There are so many different aspects that, like, as a viewer, if you're watching it, to just look out for. It is a movie about cheerleading, and it shatters stereotypes. It is so amazing. D.W. Watterson, our director, did an incredible job, all the writers, because At first, if you think of a cheer movie, you're going to think of white blonde girls going like this with pom-poms, and you're going to think, oh, it's going to be so drama filled. But the thing is this movie goes all against that. And as a gymnast, as a cheerleader, I've seen almost all of the movies, and
Sure.
there are yet to be one that is like this. So it really targets very vital aspects, like, for example, mental health. Hopefully you or the viewers haven't had an anxiety attack, but if you felt anxiety or had one, the way the camera angles are, the way they have chosen to capture how anxiety feels is so real and raw, and it's the way they did it was incredible. And my character, I play Rachel, and Rachel is seen as the happy friend. So I'm always making people laugh. I love to do this and that. I love to go out and have a drink. But the thing is it really digs deep into my character, as you need to check in on your happy friends. If there is somebody that is outgoing all the time, loves to go out, seems like they
Right.
have it put together, the odds are that they actually need help as well. And my character, I don't think really portrays, oh, I need help, and isn't very communicative about that. But it really digs deep into, you can be somebody who is seen as the happy friend, but they really do need help. So there is Rachel, Amanda, there's Rachel, Riley, and Amanda, and we're kind of the tripod, we like to call it, off set. So off screen, we're like, oh, we're like the tripod. And I'm like the third leg of the tripod, where I'm their best friend. So I'm always trying to be there for them, comfort them. And the three of us, we get promoted basically to be on the Thunderhawks team, which is a higher level, gritty team. And the movie also captures how even people, if we get a raise in our job or we get a promotion in a certain sport, you may think that it's all going to be rainbows and yay, I did this, like this is great. But it really digs deep into cheerleading and how hard it is, because people don't know that aspect. It shows people you can't judge a book by its cover. Any sport, you can't look at it and say, oh, this is easy, if you haven't done it. So
Right.
I think the viewers are definitely going to go into this movie and have an idea of cheerleading, but they're going to come out of it with a whole new perspective, because so many stereotypes are shattered. And also you're going to see that, oh, why wouldn't they be, they are of course happy, but why wouldn't they be ecstatic about getting on this new team? Because it really showcases how, yes, it can be great, but like good things come with struggles as well. So it tackles all of those, and it's really neat because every character has a different outlook on this promotion. So following each character separately is really, really neat to see in this movie. So I'm really excited for people to see it, because I could watch it a million times. At TIFF, the reactions were incredible, and I loved being the comedic relief, as we call it, as Rachel. I
Nope.
love in person too. I love making people laugh. But yeah, there's just so many different things it looks at, different perspectives. Every character is different and shatters stereotypes, which is just incredible. And I haven't seen a movie
Yeah,
like
I'm
this.
pretty excited to see
Yeah.
it, because we really haven't had a good cheerleading movie.
Mm.
What, maybe Bring It On was the last
Mhm.
one? I mean, it's
Yeah,
been.
no, exactly, exactly. It's it's a unique idea, and I'm so happy, especially as a cheerleader, like for people to see this. Because if I tell my friends, "Oh yeah, come to the football game, we're gonna be cheering," they're like, "Okay," and then they see what we do, and it's like, "Oh my
Yeah,
gosh!"
it's not like the stereotypical cheerleading that when somebody
Exactly.
says you're cheering, like you're doing the little rah rah cheer. That's
Uh-huh.
not what it is.
No, so I'm very excited for people to see that. They're definitely, like I said, gonna have a new perspective leaving the movie.
Yeah, that's awesome. Talk about the cast a little bit, because it's an amazing cast.
Oh, 100%. So, first of all, Elliot Page, our executive producer, I don't watch an extreme amount of TV shows or movies, but I did watch Umbrella Academy,
Yeah.
and I was just ecstatic and so grateful that Elliot took a stand and like really helped us with this film, because a bit of a low budget film, but we have made with all the grit and the passion and his help as well. I'm so happy he stepped in and helped with that as well. And meeting him in person, such a sweet individual, like seriously. And then Evan Rachel Wood, Deborah Jacobs, some people, I guess when they do really well, maybe they'll change. I know everyone has heard that, but no, with their success, they just took that and really taught me and taught Kuda and taught so many people on set. And I'm so grateful for that. So meeting Evan Rachel Wood, for example, I was so grateful to not only meet her and like learn about her experiences, because she had said to me that she's been acting since she was about 4. That's amazing. Because for me, it's been gymnastics since I was 4. But to see how somebody doing that from such a young age can achieve such success, it's so motivational and like inspiring for me, because compared to them, I'm like a smaller actor, but I hope to be a big actor, and
Yeah, of
learning
course.
their was so helpful too, because I think a lot about acting is going with experience and learning. But when you have people that are such big figures and that are so talented that can tell you this, it kind of helps speed up the process in my dream, right? So that was incredible that I could talk to them. And not only on set, Devery Jacobs, we've gotten very close, and DW Watterson, so close, and they have helped me offset as well. They've helped me meet other people, go to different events. That has really made me learn about this industry. Because despite being in it since I was about in grade 8, I still have they are older than me. They know more. They have done a lot of different projects, and the way that they took me in, it really, I feel like we're family. So being on set with them was incredible. And also, when I would do a scene, I have one scene which is one of my favorites with Evan Rachel Wood, and my character Rachel is in a lot of pain, like physical pain, and it's a very powerful scene. And after it, DW was like, perfect, one take wonder, we don't need to do it again. And seriously, hearing that from such a talented director, and hearing Evan and Devery being like, that was amazing, just propsing me, like from such talented actors saying that to me, really inspired me and was like, hey, this is for sure what I want to do.
Well,
So
and it has to give you confidence too.
yeah, exactly. And that's yeah. So to answer your question, working with them taught me so much, gave me so much of a new perspective, and I'm so grateful to be in this with them.
Yeah, and as you should be, because that's it. You know, I've said that previously. It doesn't happen this way very often, where you land the lead role in your first big project, and then your next big project, you're in it with legit Hollywood actors. I mean,
Yes,
there's some big
I'm
names.
so grateful. I'm so
That's
grateful.
pretty great. I love that you watched Umbrella Academy. I'm
Yes.
an old comic book guy. I spent like I read the comics, and I kept telling my son that does the podcast with me, I was like, you need to read these comics. They're really good.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. And then later the show comes out, and he comes back to me and he's like, have you seen this Umbrella Academy? It's really good. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah. No, it's amazing, honestly. I love that.
Do you sing? If you have to sing on camera, can you do that?
Yes, okay, I actually love to sing. So I have a very raspy voice. It's kind of, I've been told my whole life it's kind of like Miley and Noah Cyrus.
I can
So
hear that. Yeah.
yeah. So I actually have been singing my whole life. I was in the choir from grade 1 to 8, and then in grade 9 to 12, so in high school, I was in a cappella. And then in grade 12, I actually ran a cappella with the other seniors.
Yeah.
And that was so fun. Then I also, all throughout high school, I was doing singing lessons. So I love to sing 100%. And I've gotten a couple auditions where they've asked, okay, do these lines. Also, can you sing a song? So I would
Right.
go to my singing lesson studio and I would sing a song. I love it. I love to sing so much. It's incredible. Yeah. The only thing is like, I'm not very good at instruments. I played the clarinet, the trumpet throughout elementary school, but for some reason it doesn't stick in my mind. Like I did piano lessons as well when I was younger, but I love to sing. Singing is my aspect of music I love, and
That's
I
right.
do. But it's funny. It's a joke in my family because my sister is so musically inclined. She did bass clarinet. She's a music
Oh yeah.
girl. But for me, didn't stick for me. But I love to sing. I really, really
That's
do.
awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Is so what's the plan going forward? Is it to do more TV and movies? Will you switch to theater? Because obviously you could do musicals or something there. What's What's your immediate future plans?
So the immediate future plan is acting. So
Mhm.
I would love to have a role where, oh, I love Grease, for example, love Grease. That would be really amazing to sing while being in movies. I
Okay.
do love to sing, and I love to write my own songs. Little hidden fact about me.
Really?
It's hard to get the like apps that can kind of make the
Oh
background
yeah,
noise
yeah.
and such, and like I'm not very good at the piano, so it's kind of hard in that way, but I do love to write songs, and I love karaoke. But the plan going forward is really, I hope Backspot, and I know it will do amazing,
I think it's
and
going
I
to do
really
well.
hope that I can meet with other casting directors and really get my name out there, because I love also being very versatile in my acting. So I love playing happy roles, but I also would love to be in a horror movie to keep people on their toes, or a thriller. Those are one of my favorite movies. So I love acting. That's the goal. I also love fitness modeling. So a recent thing is I'm actually in the running to be on the cover of the Hers magazine.
Oh,
So being
okay.
Miss Health and Fitness, it's called. That would be really exciting. I love promoting fitness, doing sports my whole life, even soccer, as you mentioned. So I would love that as well, kind of getting to know brand ambassadors and being a bit more in the modeling. But my main priority is definitely acting. Being on set is where I'm happiest. I love hearing the director's vision and portraying that. So the goal going forward would definitely be to be an actor and get more acting roles. I would love that. But I also love to sing, right? And I also love to do
Well,
modeling.
luckily they all kind of mesh together.
Yes,
They're
luckily.
kind of
Hopefully I like
interchangeable.
meet some people. Yeah, for sure.
What's your workout routine? What kind of workout are you doing at the gym?
So I do love the gym. I definitely do. I kind of call myself more of a sports girl. So
Oh,
I love working out more in the sports realm rather than the gym
yeah.
realm. So I love doing soccer to get my cardio. I'm actually striker, so I love the getting the goals.
Yeah.
Um, and in cheer, it is a lot of working out, like you're holding people, you're using a lot of your core. You always have to be tight in the different
Right.
positions. So that's definitely, and that's about 5 times a week on the cheer team I'm on. So that's a lot
That's a
of,
lot.
it is a lot. It's like that's kind of my workout in the school year, because I have auditions I have to do,
Right.
and then the cheer team, and I'm also studying business and psychology, dual degree. So it's kind of going to the gym though. If I do have time to go to the gym, I really love the Stairmaster, putting my headphones on and just going. I love the Stairmaster. And also my favorite workout is arms. Like I love being like
Really?
jacked. Yes.
Because
So
usually I think with women, it's usually the lower body.
uh-huh. I
Yeah.
hate legs. I hate legs. Luckily
Me
though,
too.
like with tumbling, which I do a lot in cheer, tumbling gets the legs going. That's a lot of leg strength. So that's where I get my leg workout. I am a arms girly, like doing the pull downs, push-ups, chin-ups. Like I am an arms girl when I'm at the
Yeah.
gym. Love it. Yes.
What about like an action movie? Would you be open to doing your own type of stunts, that type of thing?
I definitely would. I would love to learn how, for example, like when people are fighting but it's obviously not real fighting. It's like I would love to
Right.
learn that. Like stunt coordinators, or I forget the name, but I would love to do a class on that, because
Well, they
then
yeah,
that
they definitely have that kind of fight
oh,
choreography
100%. And
class.
that's
Yeah.
actually lined up. So being in an action movie would be incredible. I would love to be in an action movie, and I would be very down to do my own stunts. I think it'd be cool to implement some like Elastigirl vibes, where I could do like a front walk over back handspring, like getting ready. Like I think that would be really
I mean, with
cool.
the gymnastics and the cheer, you should
Yeah,
be able to do some of that.
100%. Like we could use that. That could be used for sure. That'd be awesome.
Any plans at some point? Because you're just starting out and you're concentrating on the acting, which I think is terrific. But down the road, any desire to step behind the camera?
Hmm. I think right now I'm definitely trying to build the acting experience. I think that's the goal, especially because, yes, I've been in 2 films. I also, like I said, I have done classes in that.
Yeah.
So it is definitely an interest of mine. I think it's very neat, but definitely more for me is the acting 100%. But I think if I could also get more knowledge on that, that would be really fun and that would be really helpful. And knowing how they film, knowing what they're looking for may actually help me in the long run as an actor, being like, how to maybe like where to look. I think that might actually transcribe into the final product even better. So I think any experience is good experience. I think for me personally right now, I'm definitely more focusing on the acting portion of it. However, let's say I was behind the camera doing voice acting. That's something I really wanted to get into, or commercial, like my voice.
Yeah.
That's a bit more behind. Not necessarily, I think, what you're implying, but that is something I would be
Now, but
very,
voice acting that's a good field
yeah.
to do, and some would say it's harder to get into than regular acting.
Right. Yeah. It totally depends. So that's definitely something I would be interested in, especially because I have been told my whole life that my voice is very unique and raspy. I think that could really go well. I think I'm very interested in that. So I'm honestly open to anything in this industry as a whole. Definitely acting is the goal. That's like my main focus, but voice acting, commercials, and in commercials on the radio, that's definitely something I'm interested in. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty great. I mean, it's not a terrible experience to get to work on a set. You made friends that's probably going to help you career-wise down the road. I mean, that's a pretty great learning experience.
Oh,
And
100%.
most people have to do it on, like a very small budget type of thing. And I know this was a little smaller budget, but you got big name stars, and
Yeah.
that's a big project. I mean, for early on in your career, that's pretty great.
I'm so happy. And I'm just so happy because the story is so incredible.
Yeah.
And it's awesome that these big actors like and Elliot Page, they really helped because they saw that potential. They really took a leap, like they saw it because it's there. It is such an incredible story and it deserves to be seen. So I'm so grateful for it, but it's also so deserved. Like DW, like the vision that they had, incredible. So I think that I agree with you. It's amazing that these big names are in it because they saw the potential and they saw how good it can be and they resonated with them. So I'm very thankful for that, for sure.
So the movie is Backspot, and I think it comes out on the 17th of May. Does that sound right?
It comes out on like at the end of May, at the end
Oh,
of
at the end
May.
of May. Okay.
Yeah, not the 17th, but on the end of May. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty soon.
Yes, it is. I'm so excited.
It'll be summer before we know it. That's coming
I
up
know.
fast.
Very exciting.
Now, Noah, thank you so much for taking a little bit of time. I was excited to talk with you. It's been like all of us love a good cheerleading movie, but we haven't had one in like 20 years. It's time.
Yeah. It is time. And it's so different from a basic, like cheerleading movie. Same
Yeah.
with gymnastics, right? We've got to get on the gymnastics one. We've got
They
to get
used to
into
show gymnastics movies like when I was growing up in the 80s. They had a gymnastics movie on every few months. And somewhere along the way, we just stopped doing them.
right. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
time.
yeah. It is time. And no, this is definitely time for this Backspot cheerleading movie because it goes so much harder than just pom-poms and
Yeah.
stereotypes. And no, it's so good. I'm really excited for you to see it.
Yeah, I am too. I think we'll probably try to watch it here in the studio. We can probably get about 20 people in here. So we
Yeah.
could, we may go out and see it, but we'll probably watch it here because then we kind of control it, bring in food. We'll make it
Yeah. Or both,
or
to see
both.
the big screen too. Why not?
Why not? Yeah, that's not terrible.
No,
So,
it's
a couple of things, Noah, before we wrap up. Anything else that you're working on that we can keep an eye out for?
yeah. So definitely the Hers magazine. We'll see
Oh,
about that.
yeah, very
That
nice.
would be that's really great. The Hers magazine would be awesome because then I can showcase the fitness side. And also, as I was mentioning about my gym routine, I think it's also this, as you mentioned, girls normally like legs, or
Yeah.
sometimes girls hit a certain age, you're like, oh no, I can't do that workout because I feel like I'm gonna look too manly, too muscular. Can we stop that?
Yeah, I
Because
think we're to the point we can stop that.
no, like seriously, I love walking into a room and I'm wearing a little tank top and you can see my back muscles. Sometimes I'm wearing a shirt and my hair's down, and I'm like, something about me is I don't really like my hair down too much. I like when it's up because it's out of my way. And I'm like, my hair looks good today, but my back muscles look really good in this shirt, so I'm gonna put it up. I love that. I think it's like so powerful when women have muscles, because we do. We can build them, and you're not gonna look manly or no. Like that's another reason why I'm really excited about this magazine, whether I get picked or not. The women that are going to be picked, like we have this all common goal of we need to change this because we are so powerful. And I think that this magazine is awesome. It's been going for a while. This isn't
Oh
really
yeah,
new.
yeah. It's pretty well
Yeah.
known, especially in the anyone that's interested in fitness, I guarantee knows the magazine.
Oh, 100%. So that's definitely the biggest thing
That's
to look out
exciting.
for.
That's exciting, and it's I mean, the nice thing with gym workouts, I mean, you can be or look however you want to. If you want muscle, you
Exactly.
can build muscle. If you just want to be lean, you can be lean. Whatever makes you comfortable. The hard part is just making yourself go.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And also I'm excited to share that I've actually partnered with Natasha Natova Photography and the Daisier magazine. So this will be featured on the January edition. So
Oh,
that'll be really fun. And at the same photo shoot, I'll be featured on the 6X magazine, Fashion and Beauty Volume 262. So yeah, that'll be quite fun. That was a fun little photo shoot I did, but
yeah,
the main one is it's just a compliment in itself that I even got selected to be the cover of hers. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome, and it's a little more difficult now because there's not that many magazines left. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
most of the
Mhm.
print magazines are gone. There's still a few, so it's evolved like everything else has, how we consume the data. I miss the actual holding the magazine.
I know.
Probably more convenient to read it online, but I
Yeah, yeah.
prefer to hold
No, I agree. I agree.
it. So okay, so the last thing though, before we wrap up, where can
Yeah.
we find you on social media?
Yeah, so my social handles are basically I have Instagram, so that's at Noa.DiBerto. So that is my Instagram, where I'm mostly going to be posting. I posted some other things like recently, some
Yeah,
magazines, and then also my TikTok. I love to post comment. I have about 100,000 followers on TikTok because I
that's
post
pretty good.
comedy or some cheer things, just kind of relatable content in that sense. So TikTok is Noa DiBerto. Same thing, but without the period in the middle, like Instagram. So those are my social media handles.
That's
So that'll,
impressive that you're on TikTok. That's a tough one.
yeah, well, I actually, that one started about in high school. So I started kind of growing about in grade 10, and then I just kind of post when I've got something going on, just fun little
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the correct way to use social media. Yep. You
Hmm.
put down the stuff that interests you or that you like. If we'd all stick
Yeah.
to that, we wouldn't have the problems that we have.
No, exactly. That's a thing. So ever since grade 10, I actually, fun fact, I don't have notifications on for Snapchat, Instagram,
I'm the same way.
anything, because the thing is social media can be very draining. That's another thing I really want to put out. So if I get bigger, or even just with the platform I have already, I try to put out that, like, how real, like the real authenticity, like, I feel like if you just get a little selfie, that's okay. You don't need to look
Right.
perfect all the time. And I think social media, with now, it's evolved way too much with like Photoshop and just unrealistic standards. And that's why I think it can really get toxic. But with my platform, I love just putting out comedy and just being very positive, because I think that's what the world needs now, right? Just to not be on it
Agree.
all the
Yeah.
time, and to really go on it when you want. And definitely, yeah, be yourself. I think that's the secret of social media, because if you're yourself, you're going to actually attract people that resonate with you and that agree with you and have the same interests. And then you can, you're not going to have as many negative feedback, because it's not going to be
That's
someone you're
right.
not, right? So, yeah, I
Well, that's
agree.
right. Yeah. Because you're dealing with like-minded people.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
sure.
Well, no, definitely. You have to come back when you get the next big
Yes.
project. Yeah, please come back. Tell us about it.
Oh, 100%. I definitely will. I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, yeah, this has been terrific. I've had the best time. Can't wait for the movie. Comes out at
Yes.
the end of May.
I'm so
Backspot.
excited. Yes. Thank you so much. No, I will be back. I loved this.
I
This
hope
was so
so.
fun.
Yeah, this has been great. Okay, hold on one second. that was the talented Noa DiBerto. You're going to be hearing a lot from her, and you can tell that she's a competitive cheerleader. She's so positive, and I grew up around sports. My dad was a high school basketball coach. My kids played in sports. My daughter was in competitive cheerleading, dance, all of that. So I know that energy, and I recognize that with Noa. Pretty great, and that type of positive energy will serve her well as she gets older. So I think you're going to hear so much more from her. The movie's Backspot. It's out in May. We're still working on the finalized date, but just keep an eye out for that. Devery Jacobs, Evan Rachel Wood, and Noa DiBerto. What a cast with that. We've gotten friendly with Nicole Bilderback from Bring It On, which my opinion is still probably the best cheerleading movie that we have had. So it's time. And I've had that conversation with Nicole about it's time, whether it's something new or a remake of one of the old ones, but it's women's sports especially that's kind of the thing right now, and it's about time. The things that are going on with college basketball, pro basketball, with women's sports, pretty incredible. And I think we're belatedly reaping the benefits of having these talented athletes out there where we can actually watch and be fans of. It's pretty incredible. Really looking forward to the movie. Competitive cheerleading is no joke. That's hard work, and anybody that's doing that is definitely putting in the time. It's a sport just like anything else. So really, really good. Hope you enjoyed that one. Still, those who watch the show know that I have been battling some health issues now for since the turn of the year. So it's been going on for a while. I'm getting better, but I'm still having a little bit of trouble. So apologies that my voice still isn't, not that it's good on a good day, but it's been worse than usual lately. So apologies, and hopefully it wasn't too difficult for Noa to listen to. If you're finding us for the first time and you got past my voice, thank you for being here. So happy for that. Would love to have your support. Today we put out episode 765. You can find all of those audio and video on our website, meistercon.com. So please check us out there. Our YouTube channel is MeisterCon Pod. Please subscribe. Would really help us out. Really appreciate that. IMDb, which is the entertainment database, imdb.com, recently named us a top 100 podcast. 15 million podcasts out there to be named to anybody's top 100 list. Pretty special. So very proud of that. If you go to imdb.com, look up the Two Opinionated podcast. That part's free, and it helps us out just having the traffic on the page. Plus, it'll list the 800 or so guests that we've had on the show, so you can see all of the terrific people that we've had. I think you'll be surprised. Our guest list as good or better than anybody else's guest list. I'm very confident in saying that. So definitely go and check us out there. Thank you guys so much. Till next time. Bye, everybody. Hi, everybody. I'm once again here to ask for your support. It's been a big year for the Two Opinionated podcast. Back in February, we got to live out a dream, moderate for William Shatner here in our hometown. In May, we passed 100,000 downloads on our YouTube channel, and we followed that up in June with 50,000 downloads on the audio side. We recently posted our 600th episode, which is pretty good volume for just a father and son operation. Not too many podcasts can keep that volume up. We've been doing this now for 4.5 years, 600 plus episodes. We recently hit 1,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel, which is a really big deal for us because we've always gotten the views, but have struggled to get people to subscribe. So that 1,000 was a big deal for us. And best of all, we were recently named one of the top podcasts on IMDb, which is the entertainment database. You know, those that are ahead of us, we came in at number 82. Those that are ahead of us are bigger companies like Disney, mostly Marvel, and Joe Rogan, that type of podcast. So for us, being just a small West Virginia father and son podcast, to be in the top 100 out of 15 million, it's a pretty big deal for us. So thank you for everything you've done for us so far. Got a couple little ways, though, that you can help us, and they're free and they're really easy. If you haven't checked out our YouTube channel yet, please go to YouTube. It's under MeisterCon Pod. Just hit subscribe. It's free, doesn't cost you anything, really helps us a ton. And maybe even more important, if you could go to IMDb, imdb.com, look up the Two Opinionated podcast, and just look around the page. Just having that traffic on the page really helps us out. So that's a couple easy ways that you can support us, even if you're not listening or watching all of the time. And we want you to listen and watch, because I think that our guest list, I would put up against anybody, any other show, podcast, anybody out there. I think our guest list holds up. So please check us out. You probably will find somebody that you like, or maybe somebody that you didn't know you liked, but kind of discovered them on there. There's tons of that. If you're into music, we have that too. If you like books, we've got authors on there. If you're more into what goes on behind the scenes in the entertainment world, you know, we've got producers, directors, video artists, anything you can think of that happens behind the scenes, we've had them on the show. So definitely check us out. Thank you guys so much. Until next time. Bye, everybody.